Hi everyone, so my name is Felicia McGill and I am currently here in Puerto Rico studying at the University of Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras in San Juan. So for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things I like about the school, an event that the school had, and something really cool that my friends and I did. So recently the school had this event called Love Fest to kind of help celebrate Valentine's Day coming up, and it was really cool because they had food trucks out there, they had raffles, and they even had a student organization that performed, which was really cool. But what I also really liked about the food trucks is that a lot of it was like traditional Puerto Rican food, but then they also had like ramen. So I think it was like kind of the best of both worlds, and it was really nice that the school took the initiative to host this event for us because it was in the middle of the day, so we kind of got to take a break after our classes, and then if you have afternoon classes, it kind of can like recharge you before you finish out your day. So that was really cool. And then just in terms of like the administrative and logistical stuff about the school, one thing that I was really concerned about coming in was about dropping and adding classes, because I knew there were 2 classes I really wanted to add and I just wasn't for sure if I would be able to, what the process would be. But if you're going through this program or you're considering it, I would say that it's definitely very easy here to drop or add classes. It's just you have to do it within the first week of the semester, but you literally just fill out a paper, you just say what you want to drop. And I think that's something that's really resourceful, especially, if you get here, realize you want to take another class that looks really cool, realize the class you're in isn't exactly what you thought. I think it just gives us a lot of flexibility, which is something I was really concerned about, but I really like that it's so easy, the dropping and add process. So as for the really fun thing that my friends and I did recently, we took a road trip to Cabo Rojo, which is on the other side of the island. Rio Piedras is located in San Juan, which is near the capital, about like the northeastern part of the island, but Cabo Rojo is on like the western coast all the way in the south. And it's called Cabo Rojo because it's like this beautiful nature scene, and when the sun hits at sunset, it actually has like this reddish pinkish tint to it. And I would honestly say it's probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my entire life. What I really liked about it is that it is a spot where tourists come, but it's not a touristy area. So there's not a bunch of vendors, there's not a bunch of music, it's just this beautiful nature scene where you're like looking out over the water, and there's this lighthouse, and it's just so beautiful. My friends and I, we rented 2 cars and we just drove like 2.5 hours through the island. We got to see the mountains, just all these parts of the island that we don't really get to see living in the dorms in the part that we stay in. So it was just so nice and refreshing to see this other part of the island. We also went to this beach called La Playa Sucia. It's really funny because that means the dirty beach, but there's literally nothing dirty about that beach. It was so clean, so blue. It even had a bunch of cats on it, which is really funny because I'm not used to seeing a lot of cats on the beach, but here there are actually a lot of beach cats, which is actually very cool. So it's just a really great way for my friends and I to kind of like have a different experience than things that are concentrated in San Juan, and get to see a part of the island that personally I don't think a lot of people get to see when they first come here. And it was so nice. It was just so wonderful and beautiful just to kind of look at the nature, look out over the ocean, and just really appreciate our time here in Puerto Rico. So if you visit Puerto Rico, or if you're considering doing this program, I would definitely say that Cabo Rojo is a must and somewhere you should definitely go. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you all next week.